Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about topic the PMBoK 7 versus the PMBoK 6 guide. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in project management or you are planning to give exam or PMP in near future. So let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. First of all, friend, we have to understand that what is PMBoK. PMBoK stands for Project Management Body of Knowledge. This is a book basically is issued by PMI, Project Management Institute, which is a non-profit based US based organization. The book PIM Project Management Body of Knowledge basically contains the best practices and standards guidelines for the project management. Like different persons, different researchers, different professionals basically sit together and they uh, get together. They basically gets all the guidelines, standards, and they write down in a book. And the credit goes to PMI.org, Project Management Institute, to conduct this study. The latest, you can say the previous version of the project management body of knowledge is the sixth edition, and PMBoK Guide 6th edition published in 2017, and it is the sixth edition, and sixth edition is focused or based on the process based project management. The latest version, which is issued in 2021, is basically published in 2021, and the version is 7th edition, and the 7th edition is based on principle based delivery. So the main, basically the difference between PMBoK Guide 6 and 7, the 6th edition is based on the process based project management, and the 7th edition is basically based on the principle based delivery. So you can definitely notice that there is a major fundamental difference in these two books. Remember one thing, friend, that PMBoK Guide 7th is not the replacement of the PMBoK Guide 6th edition. And if you are planning to give exam of PMP, so remember that PMBoK Guide 6th edition is still valid for the PMP exam, and PMP exam is still focused or based on the PMBoK Guide 6th edition, this the previous version. However, and the PMBoK Guide 7th edition is not replacing the PMBoK Guide 6th edition. Remember one thing, that if you are planning to give exam of PMP, you must have to review the exam content outline latest edition available on the pmi.org before going for the PMP exam. Now the structure of the PMBoK Guide 6th edition, basically the 6th edition was focused on the project manager. He is the main person on which the 6th edition was focused. The it has 6th edition has the introduction of a project management, project manager, project environment, and the role of the project manager, and knowledge area. Knowledge areas like scope, time, cost, and contracting. So these were the knowledge areas at which the 6th edition was focused. The 7th edition is basically focused on the team and outcome, like the value which you will get after the delivery of the project. Okay, and then the things are added like tailoring means adjustment of your approach with respect to project requirements, models, methods, and artifacts, and 8 performance domain. So here again you will notice that there is a major difference within the structure of the 6th edition and the 7th edition. The PMBoK Guide 6th edition tailors the knowledge areas, processes, inputs, tools, techniques, output for project environment, and the 7th edition uses principles to inform project outcome. And now the standards, if we talk about 6th edition, has 5 process groups: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Okay, so these are the 5 process groups mentioned and described in the 6th edition. In the 7th edition, the process groups are basically shifted to project delivery principles. Okay, so there is a shift of process group to principles. So what are those principles? Stewards, team, stakeholder, value, holistic thinking, quality, complexity, leadership, tailoring, opportunities and threats, adaptability and resilience, and change management. So basically, friend, there is a major shift from process group to delivery principles in the PMBoK Guide 7th edition. Performance domains. In the 6th edition, you can notice that there were 10 knowledge areas: integration, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resource, communication, and risk. In the 7th edition, there are 8 performance domains. So there is a shift from knowledge areas to performance domains. Performance domains in 7th edition are team, stakeholder, lifecycle, planning, navigating, uncertainty and ambiguity, delivery, performance, and project work. So again, there is a major shift from knowledge areas to performance domain. There is some similarity as well, like for example, risk and ambiguity are similarity. However, few things are similar, but there is a major difference in the approach from knowledge areas to performance domain in the 7th edition. PMBoK Guide is basically focused on project environment and the role of the project manager. PMBoK 7 focus on the performance over processes, like it focus on the outcome of the project. It covers 10 knowledge areas. PMBoK 7 covers 8 performance domains. Uh, the PMBoK guide include process, inputs, tools, and techniques, and output. It always talks about inputs, tools, technique. However, PMBoK 7 talks about the tailoring, models, methods, and artifacts. Now, the overall approach in the PMBoK Guide 6, if we talk about, is basically towards perspective, not descriptive. That means emphasize on how, not on what or why. The PMBoK Guide 7th edition is basically a principles to guide mindsets, actions, and behavior which are reflected in the bodies of knowledge for project delivery, agile, lean, customer-centered design. Basis for design. PMBoK Guide 6th edition, the specific processes convert into inputs to outputs using tools and techniques. It is more process focused. 7th edition, the domains of interactive independent areas of activity are with performance output outcome as well as overview of commonly used tools, techniques, artifacts, and framework. Project environment. The 6th edition, the project environment comprised both internal and external factors. PMBoK 7th, the project environment comprises both internal and external factors. So these are the same thing. Project application. The 6th edition can be used as a project application guide for most of the project. PMBoK Guide 7th edition can be used as a project application guide for any of the project anytime. Okay, so again there is a difference. Target audience. The 6th edition has a target audience usually comprising the project managers. They are focused on the project manager. 7th edition has a target audience using comprising anyone in the project, a project with a specific focus on team member and team roles, including persons with title of the project lead, project sponsor, and project owner. Again there is a shift. Degree of change. 6th edition, the degree of change is determined by incremental revisions based on previous edition. 7th edition, the degree of change is principle based in order to reflect the full value delivery landscape. Tailoring guidelines. The 6th edition, there are some references to tailoring, but no specific guidance can be found. The 6th, 7th edition, specific tailoring guidance can be found. So friend, you can definitely notice that there is a major change, major change in the approach or in the book of PMBoK 7 as compared to PMBoK Guide 6. Remember friend, one thing again, that if you are planning to give exam of PMP in near future, so the exam of PMP is still focused, is still based on the PMBoK Guide 6 edition. Never think that PMBoK 7 has replaced the PMBoK Guide 6 edition and you don't need to read or study the PMBoK Guide 6 edition. If you are planning to give exam of PMP, you must have to read thoroughly the PMBoK Guide 6 edition, the previous version of project management body of knowledge. However, PMBoK Guide 7 is basically principle based approach, and Obviously, in the coming years, definitely PMBoK 7 will become the baseline for the PMP exam. But now, right now, the current year, the PMP exam is still based on the PMBoK Guide 6th edition. Again, if you are planning to give exam of PMP, you must have to read the exam content outline available on the pmi.org before, which will basically define the boundaries or outline for the PMP exam. So friend, thank you. Thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues. And thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you, friends.